Hey guys, Tristan with Tristan Gibson Dog Training here. This particular day I was working with, and they are still a current client, with a Golden Retriever Chow Chow mix. He is very people friendly, but as you can tell right there, we can see that he is very dominating towards dogs. He does not like being around them. He doesn't like that they breathe the same air as him. And his tail and his body language told me exactly that. He lunged towards the other dog, and they are clear across the street, at least 100 feet away. His hackles are up on his back. You could see them clear as day there. And his tail is up and is a wide wag. So he's not fearful at all. He wants to go after this dog. And I needed to see where this is coming from, because some people will say his tail's up, but it's really like half down, and so on and so forth. But let's go ahead and skip forward here a little bit. And now that the dog, Poncho, across the street is walking away, this is my neighbor. He helps me with some sessions like this every once in a while. But every once in a while, or coming back across, he's more relaxed here because he got what he wanted. The dog is going to go away, but we're going to keep working through the session. We're going to skip to a new part to see really how bad Happy can act.
Happy, come.
I do want to note here that I am using some backup recalls to help redirect his attention off of the dog and help him decompress a little bit by getting his attention and using a sniffer. So here we go again. Gonna do a little backup recall. There he comes. That one was a little bit more delayed. He's still pretty fixated on the dog across the street. Now we're just letting him watch at a distance and treating him for better behavior so we can get an early step in that direction. This next little bit is not that concerning. He just started to pull real heavy to the mailbox so he can mark, and ended up popping up because he doesn't get what he wants out of me by pulling me. And that ended up translating really well to his owner too. So big win there. Let's go ahead and let this play through. Here in a moment, you're going to see Happy start to lunge across my body. Right there. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 corrections, and then we're going to go back across. And I'm going to make a mistake here. This is the first Chow Chow I ever worked with, and this is a mistake I don't like that I made. Coming up here in a bit, and I'll explain it more as we get there. So Happy being very dominant, he wanted to get that territorial mark. He was sniffing. He was trying to figure out who this other dog was that's breathing his air. I ended up tussling with him for a minute, just on a couple of corrections, just to get him back to me, back paying attention. And coming up here in about 10 seconds, maybe less, I made the mistake of stopping. Why is that a mistake? Because allowed him to fixate a whole lot more. I'm calling this out so other people who have reactive dogs and other people who train reactive dogs don't make the same mistake. Okay? Don't stop walking. He's on the outside and he blows up right there, and I correct and he redirects. He almost gets me. I don't think he has the intent to bite me, because if he wanted to, he would have, or at least tried a whole lot harder. He's like, let me go. I want to get this other dog. I want to hurt it. And he's bitten other dogs before in the past. But don't make the same mistake that I did right there. So we're going to pass back up and go back the other direction. And he does a lot better going back after that, which I was really happy about. So a lot of people may say you're positively punishing the dog the majority of times. I'm giving some correction, sure, that's where the real information is going to come into play when it comes to what's inappropriate. But we just had a big moment there. He looked back at Poncho and then just kept going forward with me, which means that he's more in tune with what I'm doing, and we just passed there. So he's starting to understand at the moment that reacting and being aggressive towards a dog, or at least showing aggression. He's a very dominant dog. This is not fear-based. He wants that dog off this earth for all he cares. But we passed a couple times, a couple glances over there, no big blow up. So heavily positively reinforcement right there with a good chunk of hot dog. So here, the owner is working with him now, and There is a reason why I took the dog right out the get, is because I don't know if she had it in her to correct him. She does. I found out in the last few sessions that I had with her that she's figured it out when it comes to the corrections. Her timing is getting a lot better, and she's more comfortable doing it because she needs to draw that line, and she understands that. But the reason why I took him right out the gate is because I don't know where he's at, and I need to be able to help her get him under control to the point where she can work with him. So initially, I wanted her to see the skills that she needs to develop because she's a very visual learner as well as like hands-on. So that was my plan with that. Now we are getting her and him a little bit closer, and we're going to allow him to make good decisions with being a little bit closer to Poncho. We're not even leaving my driveway right now. And as he's just sitting and watching and being around another dog and not blowing up and not reacting, he's just taking a look. He's like, no big deal. He's going to get a treat because he's making a good behavioral decision. He's just hanging out with the dog across the street. And she actually just texted me, I think it was yesterday, saying that her roommate took Happy for a walk. He saw 3 dogs and didn't think much of it. And one of them was across the street. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's fantastic. That's phenomenal. I love that. But this is the stuff I am more concerned about, is helping the owners understand like where they're coming from, what they need to do, what causes reactivity. It could be like a COVID dog. It could be the puppy that the dog as a puppy was bitten by another dog and now they have this subconscious reactivity because they got hurt or they're scared. Or it could be just lack of socialization. But I want to help people get to where they can feel more comfortable walking their own dog.